Bougie Popcorn. Today we're making a vegan and gluten-free popcorn snack. You want to be careful when you're making these snacks for your friends, because if they are practicing a vegan or gluten-free or any other type of allergy restrictions in their diet, you want to be very sure that they're not particular about things like if your pots and pans have touched animal products before, or if there are trace amounts of the allergen in your pots and pans. So luckily, since we're making this for friends, I've okayed it with them that I use the same pots and pans and utensils as I do in my regular cooking. I do make sure though that I washed everything very, very well. So there are no trace amounts of animal products in our bowls or in our utensils. So what we're gonna be using today, this is a savory recipe. We're gonna use these nutritional yeast flakes. This can be found also on Amazon, and you can find it in the grocery store. Usually Bragg's, you can find nutritional yeast in the nature food aisle. This is used mostly in vegan cooking as a cheese substitute. So it's really a substitute for the cheese powder that we've used previously in our cheddar popcorn video. So I'm gonna take a half a cup of this nutritional yeast, and I'm making a lot because I don't want to mix up these spices and find out that I wish I had more. So I'm gonna start with a half a cup of yeast, and I'm putting it in the base of this mortar and pestle. And to this, we're gonna add some spices. I have here ground cumin. So I wanna put about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of each spice. You can adjust that to your spice level. Here I have some paprika. Paprika doesn't add a lot of flavor. A lot of it is just for color. I have a garlic powder. And I have onion powder. I'm also going to add chili powder. You want to look out when you buy chili powder. It's really a spice blend. It has chili peppers and other spices. So you want to make sure that you stick to a brand that you usually use for chili. And then we'll add salt. Salt, you want to have a good 2 teaspoonfuls. Now, the reason I'm putting it in this mortar and pestle, you can use a spice grinder. The nutritional yeast is a little flaky, so we want to make sure that we grind all the spices up to a fine powder. Okay, now that I have everything in here, a pretty good consistency. It's a fine powder. When you hit it with the mortar and pestle, you want to make sure you do a little rubbing action. The inside of the mortar and pestle is very grooved, so it will help in getting your spices to the right consistency. So we're gonna set this aside and cook our popcorn. When we pop our popcorn, because this is a vegan recipe, we can't coat it with melted butter like we usually do. So I'm going to try this cooking method today, which uses more oil than it does popcorn. So I'm gonna use 3/4 of a cup of avocado oil and a half a cup of popcorn. We're gonna cook it on the stovetop, and then I have on the side some extra virgin olive oil, just in case we need a little bit moisture on our popcorn for the dressing to adhere. really hot. I added a little bit of salt when I cooked it. It's very crisp, but it isn't very moist. So I'm gonna just drizzle a little bit of olive oil just to give our topping something to stick to. And we'll add our topping. Very savory. It did need more salt to bring out that flavor and the spices of our spice mixture. Do have to work on coating it, adding a little bit more olive oil and continuing to mix it just to make sure that you have good adhesion. But overall, I love the quality of cooking the popcorn in a lot of oil. It gives it a really nice kind of crisp, not fluffy texture. And the taste is really, really good. I don't think it matters if it's vegan or not. It's just good as it is. So give it a try. Nutritional yeast. This is really good. Okay, so here we have it, our vegan gluten-free popcorn. Packaged it up, I've called it NOOCH popcorn, and I have this container for him to take home and a little bit to snack on before he gets home. And then of course, I kept a little bit for us. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.